Hi dear students of class 12, I am here for your third chapter. The first chapter was introduction, second chapter was reproductive system of plant, and in this chapter we are going to discuss about the male and female reproductive system together with specific mechanism. In this session we are now going to discuss about the male and female reproductive system in humans. My dear students, because of sexual reproduction, both male and females are provided with a specific type of reproductive organs. And very systematically, the process of reproduction is taking place. The process is very advanced, as can be seen in the complex organism. Let us see previously about the structure of male and female reproductive system here in this session. This is the diagram of male reproductive system. A male reproductive system consists a scrotum that is present outside of the body and is enclosed in a sac-like structure called scrotum. This scrotum consists testis. Okay. This scrotum consists testis. One question can be asked: why this scrotum is present outside of the body? The main reason is this: the body temperature does not allow the development of sperms and certain enzymes. Therefore, in order to minimize the temperature in which these sperms can be formed or can grow, nature has provided one special system for us, and that is scrotum, inside which the temperature is getting minimized because it is outside of the body, it is not getting affected, and there inside testis present. Each testis is an oval structure which is made up of seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules. Each seminiferous tubule consists two types of cells. Two types of cells will be there in this seminiferous tubules. Number one cell will be the germinal cell, or you can say sperm mother cell, or you can say also spermatogonia, as you can see below. That is the TS of male reproductive, TS of testis, TS of testis, in which you can see spermatogonia, which are sperm mother cell by which sperm will be formed. Then Sertoli cells. These cells are providing nutrition during the growth and development of sperms. And interstitial cells, they are the lobules, no? In between them you can see some space is there. In this space some cells are visible. This is known as interstitial space, and it consists interstitial cells or leading cells. Then we will go for the function of this. This spermatogonia or spermatogonium is a diploid structure which undergo meiosis and give rise spermatozoa, which further converted into sperms. As I told, these Sertoli cells providing nutrition during this course And these interstitial cells or leading cell, you can see, they are the basic unit which secrete one hormone, that is testosterone. Testosterone. This testosterone is responsible for the growth of secondary sexual characters in males, and certain secretions are dependent only because of these testosterone hormone. You can see further, this testis is attached with a highly coiled structure. That highly coiled structure is known as epididymis. When sperms are getting formed by these epididymis, because there are two now, I made only one for your convenience. Okay, so by this epididymis, these sperm cells reach into vas deferens. Each vas deferens consists. See, here this vas deferens, and from this side vas deferens, both of these vas deferences coming and getting united at point here. You can see they are combining and joining the seminal vesicle. This seminal vesicle, just below this seminal vesicle, you can see prostate gland, and just below this prostate gland, you can see bulbourethral gland or Cowper's gland. 1, 2, 3. They are very important. Important because testis is only forming sperm, and now this sperm needs to be changed in the form of semen. So when this sperm will come from this vas deferens, and it is when this sperm will come here, so the liquids which are present in this seminal vesicle, prostate gland and Cowper's gland secretes, and then because of this they are getting converted into semen. The secretions from this seminal vesicle and prostate gland consist high quantity of calcium, high quantity of fructose. As you know that the fructose is an instant source of energy, like glucose. So fructose, calcium, they are providing, which are meant for better growth and development of these sperm cells. And this Cowper gland secretes an alkaline solution. This alkaline solution is secreted because the internal atmosphere of the vagina is acidic in nature. So if this semen is entering inside the vagina, because of its acidic nature, they can be destroyed. Therefore, this alkaline solution is being secreted, which neutralize the effect of acidity which is present in the vagina. Further, after passing through these three accessory glands, semen comes into the penis, and during the course of sexual reproduction, it is getting ejaculated from the penis. One more thing, how these sperms are migrating from testis to this vas deferens. My dear students, previously you must know each sperm is a highly active type of cell. Highly active type of cell. It is enriched in mitochondria and therefore it is highly active. And they are moving from this testis to this seminal vessel to this vas deferens by the process of peristaltic movement. Peristaltic movement, the same movement as you know what is happening in the digestive system. This was all about the male reproductive system. Here male reproductive system made. Here transverse section of testis is also shown. Function of each and every cell discussed. This one we have its permanent slide also, which is very important. Okay, so you must take care about this. Okay, after this it is very necessary to discuss about the female genital system, or you can say female reproductive system. A female reproductive system is a pear-shaped structure. Consisting ovary at both the sides, left and the right side. You can see how they are adjusted. The portion which is holding this ovary is infundibulum, which is slightly broader, and the portion which is receiving egg from this ovary by the process of oogenesis. Here formation of sperm in the testis during the process of spermatogenesis, and here because egg is being formed, so this will be the process of oogenesis. By the process of this oogenesis, when they will be these eggs will be coming out, they are coming into the infundibulum. Okay, the portion, the apical portion of this infundibulum is known as fimbriae. Okay, which here you can see this tube is also known as fallopian tube. This tube is also known as fallopian tube. This is the place where fertilization between egg and sperm is taking place. This is the place. It is divided into three parts: infundibulum, ampulla and isthmus. Infundibulum, ampulla and isthmus. Again, when these eggs are being produced, they are moving into this tubular structure by the process of peristalsis. Now we will discuss about this pear-shaped part. This pear-shaped part is known as uterus. It is a highly muscular structure, is able to bear high contraction and relaxation during the childbirth. Uterus is made up of three major parts. You can see the inner part is known as endometrium. It is made highly quiet because a lot of blood vessels are there inside this endometrium, which is meant for the nourishment of the growing zygote. Because after fusion with this sperm and egg, there will be formation of zygote, no? And this zygote is going to change in embryo. Therefore, it is very necessary to have a better nutrition, to have a better nutrition. So this endometrium is richly supplied with blood vessels, and you see, just here you can see myometrium. Myo name is given because it is a type of muscle. Myo means muscle. So it is going to be the muscular structure. And if it is muscular structure, it is highly elastic. And the outermost part is known as perimetrium. Outermost part is perimetrium. Once the egg is being fertilized here, it comes into the uterine cavity, which is highly supplied with these blood vessels, providing nutrition to the growing zygote. And if no fertilization occur, in the age of 12, after the age of 12, when no fertilization occur, these blood vessels are getting crushed, and therefore a bloody mass that is that is not very well, not healthy, is coming out after each 28 days in a female. This is known as menstrual cycle. The lower portion of this uterus is meeting with the vagina. As you can see here, this part, the outermost part, the opening is known as vagina, which is followed by cervical canal and cervix. So this was about the female genital system. So today we have discussed about the male and female reproductive system in human. In the next session, I will discuss about the process of spermatogenesis, oogenesis, and after this, I would like to discuss menstrual cycle. Till then, thank you for watching the video. Thank you very much.